Hello and welcome back to MashMetrics Introduction to Enhanced Google Analytics. This is tip number 5, making Google Analytics sexy with Data Studio. If the Google Analytics interface is still a bit daunting, you're certainly not alone. That's why we created our library of custom reports, dashboards, and more. You're going to love this. Let's skip straight to the sexy part and walk through Google Data Studio. By now, you should have been sent an invitation to the dashboard via your Google account email address. If you haven't, please email datahelp@mashmetrics.com and we'll make sure you get it. Or go to the how-to link at the bottom of this article to set it up yourself. If you click on the link from the email, you'll be taken directly to the dashboard in view mode. Otherwise, you can find the little 9-button navigation area on the upper right-hand side of Google Analytics. Click on that, and along with Google Analytics' other tools, go ahead and select Data Studio. You'll see its pre-populated templates. You'll want to look specifically for the dashboard named Enhanced GA Dashboard. Now, isn't this a lot better looking than Google Analytics interface? Okay, the new GA homepage is pretty nice too. Let's break the dashboard down. First, there are 2 reports, the Awareness Dashboard as well as the Engagement Dashboard. For right now, we're going to walk through the Awareness portion. Awareness is how well you are doing attracting quality visitors to your website. And engagement, of course, is what those users are doing. Dashboards should still introduce a fair amount of functionality, and ours is no different. First, you may want to use the top date drill down. This is slightly different from the date interface within Google Analytics, and in my humble opinion, much better. While Google Analytics is a little clunky, here we can easily choose our start and our end date from a persistent calendar. You'll also notice dynamic date ranges here on the upper right-hand side. You need not worry about setting a comparative date range. Google Analytics already knows this is a best practice and always analyzes with context in Google Data Studio. It will automatically set the previous range. We're going to skip the other filters until the next area. Right below, you'll notice the header. On the left are your overall metrics for the period selected and the period previous. In the middle are the devices users are utilizing on your website. Maybe this is a little bit better. While normally I really don't like pie charts, because there are less than or 3 or less attributes, it actually makes a lot of sense. On the right side of the header are your quality KPIs. Are users staying on pages for a good amount of time? Are users going to more than one page within their session or multiple pages within their session? Below, you'll notice where in the world are users coming from. Now, you'll notice we've excluded traffic within the United States. Otherwise, you just see a giant green bucket there. This kind of gives you a little bit more of worldly insight. To the right is our all-time favorite. How are users finding your website or the channels people are utilizing? Unlike within Google Analytics, where you get a single blue line and have to hunt and peck where the spikes come from, we give it to you right away. Here we can see our 4th of July massive spike. Afterwards, you'll notice organic search stays relatively consistent. However, our social and referrals did not. We also can see quickly our social blast that we sent on the 20th. And while that was expected because we know we sent it out, what's not expected is the spike in referrals. people were actually taking that content and sharing it. Now, because I saw a little bit of a drop in organic search, some of this traffic might have been hidden a little bit, but now I can see where my peaks and my valleys are coming from. The rest of the dashboard is a little less visual, but shows and highlights your top pages, as well as the top sources. We also include your general demographic data at the bottom. In order to see our engagement dashboard, on the upper right-hand side, simply click the next page. While the header stays consistent, so you can see the overall rates across your website, this dashboard highlights how your actual landing pages and page activity is performing. Here we see a list of our various landing pages, entrances, overall page views, the rate at which it's used as an entry page, how long people are on the site for 10 minutes, did they click on affiliates, did they scroll down the page, or were they on the page for 45 seconds? Some of our key quality metrics. Here, we can see that the Moscato Sangria recipe doesn't get much traffic from anything other than as a landing page, versus the butternut squash, which might be linked from on many different articles, but you can see how that might generate more traffic and more revenue to your site. Scrolling down, we can see our various events visualized in a much easier way than within Google Analytics. And to start with, we can see users aren't scrolling down more than 25% of our pages. They almost pretty much fall off after a minute as well. Here on the right-hand side, we can see the total of all of our offsite clicks and downloaded files here to the right. If you worked hard enough to incorporate video on your website, you'll also see the overall metrics here below. Let's scroll back up to the top of our dashboard and become an analyst again. Now, I assume that my top content is my top content throughout all of my channels, but let's see if that's true. On the upper right-hand side, we've incorporated a couple more filters. If I click on the default channel group, I can see the aggregate total sessions for each of those different channels. Let's go ahead and click on organic search only, and the dashboard will actually be filtered to only show the landing pages that are popular for organic search. We can see 15 lovely lavender recipes, easy grilled chicken, etc. Now, I'm just going to guess that those are the same ones that I see within my social channel. No, actually completely different ones. Well, that's interesting. I can go ahead and click back on the arrow and back again in order to add all of my sources back. Now, I wasn't quite expecting that insight. Let's see if I see a difference between my mobile and my desktop users. Again, I'll click on only for mobile. And here we'll see the set of pages, hummingbird cake, Moscato Sangria recipe, etc. Now here, I'm going to uncheck mobile and check desktop and tablet. Wow, things are different. Again, we can see by not concentrating on averages and really drilling down into our content, this is where we see some opportunities that we might have, or different marketing strategies. Well, we certainly hope that you find as many insights as we did having as much fun building those dashboards. You can be assured that we'll continue to build more and more using that tool. Next, we're going to learn how to use segments. Again, going back to slice and dice our actionable data a little bit more in order to provide or find more opportunities. Talk to you next time.